R2-D2, Your Highness.
One reason we bought this van is so we could park it here at the house, which we never could do at the Airstream. So for weeks, it's been sitting here under the carport where we live. And for weeks, I've just been staring at that dome that needs to come out. It's starting to bug me. So we're about to tackle the project of taking that off. The original plan was to take that off and put a Starlink Gen 3 up there permanently mounted. That plan has changed. We got a Starlink Mini that we're just going to use on the dash for when we travel. We'll set that up when we get somewhere else, but that will be plenty to work with. So that's going to come off. Where is it? There it is. Today we're just going to go see what it looks like up there, starting to figure out what's going to be involved. Let's go get a ladder. Hi. So it looks a little bit like this. We have some obviously cracking on some of the seals just around that. Not too bad on that one. Here's where the cable comes back into the receiver. Focus, there we go. Cable comes back to the receiver. Cable for power. Let me demonstrate what happens when we turn on the satellite. As you can hear, it is not happy at all. I think it would be fun to just take the dome off and see what it is spinning around in there, making such a horrible noise. I think we're gonna have to pull this out from under the carport to work on any of this, just because, well, because there's not room for me to move around up here like I'm gonna need to be able to. Each of these legs mounts to the top of the van, and then each of these, of course, hold the bottom half of the dome down. So I think the first part of taking this off is simply going to be undoing them from here. Well, first we're going to take this off so we can see what's spinning around and what it looks like, just for funsies. But then we'll just undo them here and leave these on for now. I think since there won't be a Starlink mount up here and just solar, we're going to wait till that project, perhaps, to take this glue up and get the bolts out from under here. The main thing is to get rid of that. Now look at the job that's been done right here. I'm probably going to redo that just because I don't like the way that looks. Is that a better way? Yeah, right along here. I'm a little neater than that, but we'll see. It's obviously not causing a problem now, but let's make sure we don't have a problem in the future. Okay, so a different day. We will take that off. I know what we're up against. I don't see the need to take this out yet either. We'll disconnect them and seal them up somehow, but leave them up here a little more secure than they are so they don't fly around. But I don't see the need to take those out yet. Since we're not going to replace anything, I do wonder, since I have power control up here, what can I put up here that needs 12-volt power? I wonder. I mean, I've got the power there. Big light, telescope. I don't know. And I wouldn't say we'll never put a Starlink up here, but for now we're not going to, because the Mini, I think, is going to work just fine for us. All right, for today, I'm going to go make dinner and call it a day. Hopefully the weather holds out and is nice this weekend so we can really get some work done on this out from under the carport. Have a good night. It is Saturday, May something, and today it is time to finally take that thing off. Where is it? You know what I'm talking about. That dome. It's got to come off, but first we need to turn this around in the parking spot so that I can get on top of the van to take it off. And the van is filthy, so we're at least going to wash her rear end. I took just a couple of minutes to use a clay bar on this, and it's amazing the difference between the feel even of the clay barred side and the knot. It's too tough to see in this light, but so much smoother than that, and that's even without wax. So that is a chore for a different day. I'm going to climb up there and get that today. Meanwhile, back on the roof of the van, it's very sunny, so you get the hat. We're going to take the top of this off. It looks like I don't have to get clear up on it to do that. As a guy who doesn't love heights, that I appreciate that. I think we have 3 screws on either side, and we just take those out. And then move around to the other side and hope it goes well over there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, and 3 off of here. Hope you can see that. You probably know the deal though. There. Out, boonk, boonk, chunk. There's the brains. There's what the top looks like. Not sure what was on it, but there's all right. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Well, that's a fun little contraption if you ask me. But if you look over here, this might maybe tough to see with the light, but there's all the dip switches for DirecTV, Dish Network, or Bell TV, evidently, which is kind of fun. All right, I saw it work. I'm gonna go turn all the power back off, and we'll disconnect these and these. Much quieter now. I don't know how long it'll shimmy and shake, but we're gonna put it out of its misery. Oh, that's just cute. All right, let's go get looks like a 1/2 inch, and we'll take those out. All right, 7/16 to get these up, I think. Well, we're gonna need a narrower socket than that. Bummer. Here we go. 7/16 it was. This side. Do that. Hey, put a comment down below. Tell me how you think I should cover these up and secure them. I don't want to just rip them out. I'd like to leave them up here for future whatevers. Oh no, I'm bleeding. There we go. Got a little water in it from the wash. Right, to the other side. One thing I hadn't noticed until just now is I think this thing sits a little that of center because there's the center line. Not that it matters. And hey, how about a comment to let me know what I should do with this old dish? Is it going to be worth anything to anybody, even as a donation? Can I turn it into something cool? Probably not. Got it. Whew. It's stuck over there. Of course, it's stuck on the side I'm not on. There we go. Take that down in a minute. So what do you think? Should we pull these up now and seal off the holes? Should we wait until there's actually something I'm going to do with them to take those up? What do you think? Well, the holders, let's call them brackets, are still in the sun, but I am not at this point. So a little bit more shady, still warm. We're in the 70s, but I decided, based on your comments, that I'm going to go ahead and take these off. So we're going to scrape it off. It looks like 3 screws, maybe 4 under there, depending on what we're looking at. So anywhere that I'm working near the actual body, I will use the plastic, but up here on top, it's going to be a knife. I just discovered that this is clear. This is see-through. That's fun. Don't know why it needs to be, but we're going to try and get this off. I just went around the edges with this to try and lift it up, make sure we're going to be able to get it off. I'm assuming this will come off of that, and then that will come off of the van somehow. But we'll see here when I get down to the screws. The best way to take this stuff off is just scrape it off. It's really the only way. When I do get this off, I have some tape. We'll just clean the top really, really well and put the tape on it. All right, so we got three screws. And then we'll see where we are with that. Be right back. All right, let's see how tough that is to get out of there with the sealant on it. Not at all. Okay. Oh, that does look like it goes in far enough to be in the van. So maybe these are all we have to take up. Yeah, I'm going to say that just connects to the van. So it's just going to be a matter of prying it up. Yes, we can. Look at that. Can you see it? You can. Oh, that's better. That's what I like. Okay. All right. There's some rust there, so I don't like that. But I do like that that's up now. What do we do with that? Chuck it. Unfortunately. All right, so we'll clean this up. All right, I'm going to tear apart and pull up the other 3, and then we'll move on from there. I think that's all we need, is to be able to get to those screws. I know I said we do the others, but here we are. Well, once you get into a corner, pretty easy. All right, other side. They are all off, washed. Now, because of the way these were on, that's what I'm thinking. They were glued on 3 sides, not glued. They had the tape, caulk. They were sealed on 3 sides. This one was open on each of these. So water was able to get in, or maybe it's just, it was on the East Coast and it was humid. But before we put anything on, we need to get this bubbly paint up and get some Rust-Oleum or something on there to keep it from becoming a big mess. So I've got my wire brush, a little bit of sandpaper. We're gonna get to work. Are we scratching the paint? Absolutely. Better than having it rust out. It's actually looking pretty good. And there will be tape over the top of this, you'll see. So it won't show anyway. And we won't do that to all of them. Gonna clean all that up with a little isopropyl alcohol. I did put some Captain Tully's on here. The only thing I don't like about Captain Tully's is it dries clear. You can still see the cracks. So what are y'all using to patch those areas up? So to waterproof these, or to keep them from rusting, you could put some Rust-Oleum on it. I'm going to use a little Corrosion X, because I've used that before. Really liked it on the Airstream. So we're just going to put that around the areas where we could get rust. Now if we were going to not cover these up with tape, I'd consider painting on some white Rust-Oleum or something, but it's going to be covered. We've got the rust out. Corrosion X will work its way into the screw holes. To seal this, I'm going to use Corey sealant. Yes, 4-inch 50 feet. I have a bunch. This is very similar to Eternabond sealant. Same concept. So at 4 inches wide, I just need enough to cover it. So I'm going to need it to be that. So probably about that much, just a square of it on each one. So this stuff will cut with just regular scissors, like, well, that's tough to see. Just regular scissors. We'll cut through that. It just gets stickier as you put it on. So see, it really very easy to cut. And then you pull that back side off. No, really. All right, so shiny side stays. Other side has the tape. You just pull it off, push it on, compress. You're good to go. Boom, one. Don't have to be perfect. Cutting them all the same size because that's how I am. 4 of them. So we'll just show you this one and then I'll do the others without making you watch again. All right, so this peels off and lays on. Like so. And then you can just flatten it out, press it down. Ladies and gentlemen, those are covered. Good morning. It is the next day, and we are continuing the sleekification of the van. Let me go up top, show you what we finished up looking like yesterday, and some work that I started off camera. That's what I do. The mounts ended up looking like that. Isn't that nice? And while I was wondering what the heck do I do with these cables, I decided to find out what was under this box. It was just a big mound of goo. So I scraped all that off. There's several screws here that are going to need to come up. I'll clean that up, tuck these cables back under there, and then just tape it off. That way, if anybody wants to use this in the future, it's going to be there. We'll, of course, clean up, take that pigtail off, tuck as much as we can back under, and it should be there, but that's where that's going to go. All right, you guys know how a drill works. Evidently, I don't. A lot of holes. Should have got my scraper while I was down so I could get this up. All right, let's see what's under here. A lot of glue. Maybe I should have done this in the sun. Now, here we go. We're getting through it. Okay, so that's what we're left with. It feels like there's enough to push that through. So that'll be good. Take that end off. Clean this up, re-glue it. A lot of dirt under there, but fortunately, no rust. So my question for you guys is, shall I put the wires down in there and then just cover this hole? Or should I put the wires in there and then cover it with this? Drop a comment below and let me know what you'd do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to clean this up. That's what I'm going to do. So we're cleaning this up. I've decided to just tape over that. Push that in. We're going to cut this off here. Power is off to all circuits. I want to make sure these wires don't touch anything. So I'm going to heat shrink the ends of these. Some heat shrink tube. That is cleaned up. It's time to put the tape over the top. It fits barely over that way, so I'm gonna put two, one there and one there to make sure we cover it all the way, but I'll do one there and one there, actually. And yes, you can put tape on top of tape, no problem with that. And that takes care of that. This is what it currently looks like. Quite a difference from that dome. Will these come up? Probably, but not today. I'm tired. It's another port for something else to come up. But hey, much more sleek. Still work to do up here, solar panels to replace. That mess to fix, but pretty happy with the way that turned out.
In her head from those slippers. Come on, let's go see Dad. Where's Dad? Greta, come on. Goodness sakes.
Well, Jimmy found it. Well, it's not very exciting, is it, guys?
Three hours later.
What is that?
What is it, Jim?
That's all.
That's all. You got it. Good job. Dang it. The keys. They might be in it for all I know. The key, the one key, yes. That's what I mean. Nothing to it. And you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. That didn't want to do it. All right, I'll be back. We got to turn that around. Can't even see what I'm talking about.